shit is getting weird. I mean, listen, it's weird, isn't it? Because when it comes to Dana, Dana is Gino's cousin. But for some reason, Dana went from being Jasmine's number one hater in the family to now being one of Jasmine's number one fans, which really doesn't make any sense to me. But obviously, there's things that Dana obviously knows about Gino that we don't know, and maybe this is why he's now behaving the way he's behaving, as well as also his wife Michelle as well. But as you can see here, there's a comment that's been made by Dana where he's responded to somebody else. Now, I'm not too sure who he's responding to or what the origin of the other person's comment is, but the statement here made by Dana is rather freaking strong. Now, obviously, you can see at the very beginning, he says, "Thank you for your support. It's people like you that keep this TV show going. They call people like you hate watchers." Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Hate watchers really does bring in the views for people. Do you know what I mean? So he's not lying. But either way, though, this is where things get a bit now, and this is why I would like to know the origin of the comment. Now, as you can see, he says the human trafficking comment refers to a person who promises someone something, gets them to leave their country to live a life that was portrayed as something wonderful. I mean, did Gino portray, obviously this comment's going to have a relation to Jasmine and Gino. Did Gino really give Jasmine this portrayal that America or Michigan was going to be amazing? I don't really remember that myself in particular. But anyway, let's continue. He also continued by saying, only to be shown off like a trophy. Did Gino show off Jasmine like a trophy? Who knows? Maybe he did. I mean, to be fair, Gino has a record of only being around women that look a certain part, and also the women are only realistic in his life because of his pocket, not because of his looks, if you dig what I'm saying. But nonetheless, though, he continues here by saying, and literally put in a room and told to shut up and listen to me. Do you actually believe that G-Boy spent a single penny of his money on Jasmine? I mean, listen, that's how their story is portrayed on TV. So we can only go by based on what we saw. But anyway, he continues by saying, if so, that's your first mistake. It's a TV show, not like there are cameras hidden somewhere and are catching behind the scenes footage. I do wonder though, has Dana always been a part of this relationship with Jasmine and Gino? Does he really know the ins and outs of their financial situation? Does he really know the ins and outs of what Gino may have promised Jasmine or vice versa? I'm just saying, he's talking as if he's been a fly on the wall throughout their whole relationship, which we know he has not. Because like I said before, he started off not liking Jasmine. He saw her as a gold digger. He saw her as somebody that was just using Gino. So yeah, it is very interesting how he has now made a one hell of a 360 or 180. Yeah. Anyway, we continue. He continues here by saying, so lighten up and try to find entertainment in this. It's really not that bad. However, the way I see it is what you have identified as a reflection of what you're most familiar with. Oh boy, damn, literally, damn. Letting this person know that they're basically projecting their own life onto Gino or Jasmine, shall I say. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, you can say, yes, we can lighten up. It is entertainment, but we have seen Jasmine back to back now be violent to other people. We saw her heavily pregnant and chose violence against Rob. And then we saw also here in the most recent episode with Natalie, where again she chose violence again. Some people do like to point out that Natalie stepped towards Jasmine first, but that's not how I saw it. What I saw was Jasmine walk into the scene. She walked into this little party. First thing she did was call Natalie a whore out of nowhere. Natalie obviously just wanted to kind of step forward a little bit and be like, wait, hold on a minute, did I hear you right? And then in that moment in time, Jasmine then chose to push Natalie. Just because Natalie stepped forward, it doesn't mean Jasmine had to put her hands on Natalie. And that's the grand scheme of it. Do you see what I'm saying? Jasmine could have chose to take a step back when Natalie stepped forward to her. Do you see what I'm saying? Everything, there's always a choice to be made here. Do you know what I'm saying? But either way, though, the matter of the fact is, though, is it entertaining watching someone on a so-called reality TV show pushing somebody else? No, because that means you're promoting something to other women or other people in general, that it's okay to get physical when things don't go your own way, and it's okay to call people whores and prostitutes just because you don't like who they are, even though the whole thing was actually done because of Gino. Let's not forget, Natalie's existence is because of Gino. And also because Gino wasn't 100% upfront with Jasmine. Nonetheless, though, it is what it is. Now, also here, the caption does say Gino's cousin Dana responds to a comment a viewer made regarding Jasmine equates what Gino did to human trafficking. Again, I'm not too sure where this whole thing came from, this whole human trafficking thing. I don't know where this has stemmed from. Is this something that has happened? There's something that I've missed? Does anybody know what the hell's going on here? Because this part here is what's really throwing me up. Because I thought it was more of a reference to say that, Gino human traffic Jasmine into the USA. I don't know. The whole thing's a calamity. Whole thing's a whole bloody calamity. But nonetheless, though, if anybody doesn't know the origin of the comment or where this comment actually came from, where who Dana's actually responding to, it would be nice to get that origin, because I've been trying to find it and I can't find it nowhere. Okay, and even more annoyingly, right now for some reason Reddit is not working here in the UK. Each time I go on Reddit, it's not there, because I know this comment is there, and I've been trying to look for, and obviously I wanted to see if anyone knew anything, but for some reason I cannot get access to Reddit, and I have no idea why. But nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. We'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.